The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Astros are not so hot. We'll have it at 5:10 tonight from Miami on 100.7 The Score. And the Rangers and the Yankees, both teams not so hot right now. Rangers lost 5 of 6. Yankees come off getting swept by the Marlins. We'll have that for you at 6:30 with Balls and Strikes at 7:10 tonight from Arlington.
Well, now I know where Jamie's at. Well, it's not. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure that out. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Welcome to the show.
I was like, I wonder where Jamie's gone on Monday and Tuesday. Oh. Okay. All right.
The big aha moment.
It was a big aha moment. I was like,
Okay. What did you make of the Ranger acquisitions?
Kelly's. That's a legit. That's a legit rotation guy, and he pitched well over the weekend, and then he ran into some trouble and ended up. I don't think he took the loss, but he was okay. Coolum didn't look great, as he was throwing. I was like, that's Danny Coulomb I remember at Tech.
He's like, I said this to Jamie the other day, and maybe I'm just, off on this, and it's probably true. It just seemed like, man, he's already 36 years old.
It was a long time ago when he was here.
Right.
I mean, that was the Dan Spencer era.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah. I mean, we've gotten to 4 College World Series since this guy pitched at Tech.
Yeah, it's a different time.
And he was a one-year guy, and he was hurt most of the year. And he did show some signs of what he could have been. Mm-hmm. And he was just good enough to get drafted in like the 9th round. And he got drafted off of what he did before he got to Tech and his potential. And he's put together a very nice career. And I've enjoyed following him around. And I kind of poo-poo him a little bit because he's like Josh Tomlin, who's a guy who, once again, when he was at Tech, he didn't do a single thing at Tech and then got drafted and became a dude. Which, you know what? Hey, we take those guys. We're going to claim those guys too.
Well, I mean, we've had a number of those pitchers who weren't necessarily outstanding here.
Yeah, Nate Carnes. That guy was awful here, and then goes and pitches in the bigs for 10 years.
Well, but maybe that speaks also to it just takes some time to develop too.
Yeah, that's more along the lines of that. But Nate Carnes was decent at NC State. Transfers here, doesn't do a thing, and then becomes a guy. And a lot of it's just finding your role. A lot of these guys come to college. I want to be a starter, and I won't be anything but a starter. And then they get out there, and they're not any good as a starter. And they get to the bigs, and they say, "You're not a starter. You're going to be in the pen." And they go to the pen, they find a role, they find a niche, and that's where they live for 10 years. And it just takes some of these guys to grow up and mature to understand, if I want to do this for a living, this is what I want to do.
All right, since we're on baseball just for a second, what are your thoughts on the Texas Tech coaching additions, especially in the pitching department?
I think there's a renewed commitment to what we do in the pitching department. So you hire a pitching coach, and then it becomes more of and then you get like a director of pitching operations or whatever. Development.
Whatever.
And I thought, okay, this is interesting. And it might speak, to a different philosophy. I think we're looking at a different way of doing things. Maybe something that's a little bit closer to what a lot of SEC teams are doing. More pitch lab, less gut feel, more analytic driven, as opposed to hey, go out there and be athletic, and just be you kind of a deal. We're going to go out there and ask these guys to do different things and be more accountable.
That's when you think about kind of a guy who's in the tenure that he's in and how long he's been the head coach or the manager of the team, whatever you want to label him. I mean, he's the head daddy rabbit, Tim Tadlock. I mean, for him to kind of change philosophy. I think that speaks highly of him in terms of realizing and going, it's not working. I mean, he's had the same staff with the exception of last year and even with having a guy like Eric Gutierrez now on his full-time staff, he's been a volunteer coach, quote volunteer coach, for a number of years in addition to being a player. So I mean, he had basically no changes for it seems like 10 years, and all of a sudden you've got quite a few changes going on and some change in philosophy too.
As we are all wants to find, we're all penciled in.
Yeah, right.
And we're all quick to find that change is imminent, whether you want to or not. And so I think in life, you find out that if you want to move forward, sometimes you got to change, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you got to make lemonade out of the lemons sometimes, because that's what
absolutely
it starts with the lemons, and you got to make a little lemonade out of that.
And sometimes it just matters how much sugar you put in that lemonade. So I mean, so
I'm not trying to tell you how to make your lemonade. Okay, I'm not. But if you wanted to throw a little gin and tonic in it as well, then you got something called a Tom Collins, and now we're starting to talk some baseball.
If I want to roll a little Gentleman Jack in there, I can get myself a Lynchburg lemonade there. So, but regardless, the point being, I mean, I think that whether he was asked to or he just realized on his own that there was an opportunity for us to take a different philosophy in the pitching staff and handling of the pitchers.
They want to look at this a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, and right. So and I don't fault anybody for that.
Sure.
I mean, I think maybe you look at it and you go, hey, this isn't working, and we've got to do something different. Whether it's different personnel, different staff, different leadership.
I've been part of that
pitchers.
conversation before. Hey, this isn't working.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucks though when it happens. Yeah. So anyway, so it's it'll be interesting to see how that fruit of that labor works, right?
Yeah, and I think this is going to be an interesting. I don't want to say experiment, because I don't think it's an experiment. It's definitely not an experiment.
How about transition?
Yeah, the transition is a better word for this. Could be an interesting transition as we move forward. We're putting more resources into the pitching development, and with a pitching coach and someone who's actually going to be working more on the mechanic side of pitchers, not making pitching decisions and calling a game, but the actual working mechanics of each pitcher, getting a pitcher mechanically sound. Working with them everyone. We've heard the Arkansas, Vanderbilt, the Tennessee pitching labs. Well, I think what you're going to see is some of the same stuff here at Texas Tech in the big fancy new clubhouse we've got over there. Some of that a dedicated area for the pitching lab, which I know exists, but they're going to really start working at it. But
the other thing that you got to do is you got to execute. You got to help those pitchers out by not giving up extra outs. And when you have an opportunity to score, you got to produce at the plate too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It wasn't just one facet of the team.
No, but this is one that's glaring.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Today is the first Monday in the month of August. Okay, it's August the 4th, 2025. Here with this day in sports history is Chris Snead.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Jeff. Today, Chuck, it's August, what is it, the 4th?
August the 4th, yeah.
Yes. Today's August 4th, the year of our Lord, 2025. You know what that means, Chuck?
It means the minds are still wrong.
The minds are wrong, Chuck. We are all going to make it. On this day, Chuck, 1936, American athlete Jesse Owens wins his second gold medal at the Berlin Olympics. You know he was going to win 4 of those, right?
And he's going to give the Fuhrer his own personal message.
Absolutely. He defeats German Luz Long in the long jump. Ironic. He defeats Luz Long in the long jump. He wins it with an Olympic record.
Okay.
1973, Chuck. New York Yankees pitcher Lindy McDaniel puts one of the best relief stints in MLB history. Enters the second inning and allows only 1 run in 13 innings in a 3-2 win against the Detroit Tigers.
Lindy McDaniel was one of those guys that the Royals still thought had a lot left in the tank, and they traded for him. And it really, from what I remember, it didn't really work out.
Probably not. 1984, Chuck, American athlete Carl Lewis wins the 100 meters in 9.9 seconds. That's fast. He did that in Los Angeles. He was the first of 9 Olympic gold medals over 3 games for Carl Lewis.
I just remembered now why I hate Lindy McDaniel. Because the Royals traded Lou Piniella.
Oh, wow.
And a pitcher by the name of Ken Wright, who was okay. He was just okay for Lindy McDaniel. Piniella would go on to help bury the Royals in a couple of American League Championship Series there in the 70s. I loved Lou Piniella. Lou Piniella was my first favorite baseball player.
Okay.
I loved him. Wore number 9, played the outfield. The Royals traded him.
Was Carl Lewis was he a better gold medalist or a worse national anthem singer?
He's a better gold medalist.
I think he's a worse national anthem singer.
I don't know. Roseanne Barr had something to say about that.
That's one of the worst national anthems. No. Here's the deal. Roseanne Barr was trying to be bad. Carl Lewis thought he was good. Uh-oh.
You know what he found out? He found out the ultimate of it's harder than it looks. It's harder than it looks.
That is a 3-octave song. And if you don't have all 3 octaves, you shouldn't sing that song.
And he found out that it's harder than it looks.
I mean, I fashioned myself a pretty good singer. I would never attempt the national anthem in a public setting. Never.
You would not do that at United Supermarkets Arena?
If they asked me to sing the national anthem, I would say, get me someone that can sing that high octave, because I will gladly sing it with 2 other people. 1996, Chuck, Brownfield native and Texas Tech alumni Sheryl Swoopes wins the first of 3 straight Olympic basketball golds as Team USA beats Brazil in Atlanta.
Do you think it's sad that it's not? I mean, and she's brought some of this on herself as well, that it's not the warm fuzzy that it really probably should have been.
Well, I'm going to agree with you 100%. She's brought it on herself. And the funny part about it is she went from the highest of highs. She kind of burned herself out here at Tech, got herself back in some good graces, and then kind of punted it again. Yeah.
And then actually kind of got back in good graces and then kind of punted it again.
Yeah. I mean, and every time she seems to get back on the right side of the ledger, like she's just going off on Caitlin Clark. For what reason? I don't know why. Why do people hate Caitlin Clark? I mean, all she's doing is making all you WNBA players a lot of money, and everyone, because really, she should be revered as much as Patrick Mahomes. Yes. 2007, Chuck, San Francisco slugger Barry Bonds homers off Clay Hensley in the second inning in a 3-2 loss to San Diego. But he did it, and he ties Hank Aaron's 33-year-old Major League Baseball career home run record of 755 home runs. He hits 773 for a career. I do hold that as the I used to go back and say, no, that's not the right one. I actually do, because I actually just don't care anymore that they were all using PEDs.
Well, the pitchers, it's not like the pitchers weren't juicing too.
I don't care that you weren't using PEDs. I don't care that the players, the batters, and the pitchers, in the 70s they were using the amphetamines. And
there's no evidence that Aaron was doing that.
I didn't say everyone's, but other people were. I don't care. I just don't care. Just put him in the home wing. Put an asterisk by him. I don't care.
I don't even want an asterisk. I mean, once they put Bud Selig in the Baseball Hall of Fame, to me, all bets were off.
It's National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, Chuck. How are you on the chocolate chip cookie?
I'm awesome on that. As a matter of fact, I happen to know that down the street today, they're going to deliver chocolate chip cookies personally to this building and to me. I don't know how many cookies are going to be delivered, but I'm going to share. But it's going to be this afternoon. The folks at Buddy Holly Hall are going to bring chocolate chip cookies. They sent me an email on Friday that Monday was chocolate chip cookie day, and they were going to bring chocolate chip cookies.
I love it
today.
I love it. Born on this day, former Red Raiders second baseman Jamadrick Magruder. He's 34.
Wow!
Holy cow, do I feel old? Born on this day, former former American President Barack Obama.
Okay.
64.
How about just former president?
Huh?
How about just former president? We know he's an American. Or just former President Barack Obama. Or you could just say President Barack Obama's birthday is today.
President Barack Obama's birthday is today. He's 64. Born on this day, Meghan Markle.
That's crazy that he's only 64.
I mean, I'm 56.
I know. I'm 64. I could be
You can be former president.
I could be a former president. That's right.
Meghan Markle, what is she? She's the Duchess of Sweeney or something like that. I don't know. Something. The Saint Swithin's Duchess or whatever.
Sussex, I think, maybe.
Sussex.
Yeah.
Born on this day, Roger Clemens, whom I got to sit with at his table at his College Baseball Hall of Fame induction.
Okay.
After sitting with him for 3 hours at a dinner, I have so much more respect for that dude than I did before. Born on this day, Billy Bob Thornton, 70.
Okay.
Dead on this day, still dead, Art Donovan, 4-time Pro Bowler, NFL Hall of Famer. Great TV interview.
He was a great TV interview. He was great when he was on the Tonight Show.
And on this day, 1790, Chuck, the first U.S. Congress authorized the construction of 10 vessels to patrol U.S. seaports from Massachusetts to Georgia.
Oh.
And the United States Coast Guard takes form in this small fleet of cutters, fast-moving, speedy sailboats tasked with intercepting marine smugglers and collecting tariffs on imported goods. Now that's done by somebody else. It's the brainchild of Alexander Hamilton, the first U.S. Secretary of Treasury under President George Washington I.
And he would have a little problem later on in his life.
Yes, he would. Originally called the Revenue Marine and then the Revenue Cutter Service, the
Why are you all of a
Coast
sudden
Guard.
trying to do Howard Cosell?
I don't know, just did. One of Hamilton's many bold ideas for funding the U.S. federal government, which was mired in debt after a costly Revolutionary War. Alexander Hamilton.
He had some decisions that he chose poorly on too.
Yeah. Don't do the duel, dude. Don't do it.
Don't take the bait.
And Chuck?
That's this day in sports history?
That is this day in sports history.
All right, thank you, Chris. 6:53 this morning here on the morning drive.
Jeff was worried I wasn't going to hit the post.
I was worried you weren't going to get to the Hamilton story.
I got there. I got it.
Did you see Hamilton when that was?
I saw it. It was something I saw I wasn't going to see, and then I went and saw it, and I said, I'm glad I saw that.
Yeah. It was
I'm not a Broadway guy.
those guys that came for Hamilton, boy, they were impressive.
They were good.
They were. I mean,
anyone that sings for a living is probably pretty good.
Where were your seats? Because now we have to compare.
we had great seats.
I had great seats too.
I mean, the lucky lady.
I think Chuck and I think we were there on the same night.
Lucky lady is a chintz when it comes to seats.
I think we were there on the same night. And I think you were about 20 rows in front of me.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
We get this from the Yates Flooring Center chat line off the Double T 97.3 mobile app, presented by Happy State Bank. Plumber charges doctor $125 an hour to unplug toilet. Doctor complains, says, I'm a doctor and don't make $125 an hour. Plumber responds, I know. I didn't make $125 an hour when I was a doctor either. Bob from Bob's Plumbing makes more than that. Don't be mean to his employees.
No, we've got to put that in numbers that everyone understands.
I know. I was just trying to look. I don't have the pay structure for the plumbing department.
Read the end of that again.
Don't mean his employees
Doesn't mean
his employees do. Oh, okay, gotcha. Doesn't mean his employees do.
You completely changed the end of that sentence.
I did. Well, I thought he had some some grammar correction
No,
going on.
that's correctly how you spell doesn't.
Doesn't mean his employees do. Okay, Bob makes more than Bob, who's the owner from Bob's Plumbing, makes more than that. Doesn't mean his employees do. All right, yeah, you're probably right about that. Let's see. Good morning, buckos. Watched Chuck's favorite movie last night. Forgotten how much silly fun it was. Syntax Inc.
Which is
Animal House.
Animal House.
One of 3 he's ever seen.
I've seen more than 3
I've
movies.
got so I ordered a Faber College T-shirt.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, because I like wearing colleges, fictional football teams and fictional colleges, and I wore it to the SEC clinic for our physical fitness day. And somebody's like, Faber College, where is that? And I was like, think about it, guys. And then someone leans over to me and goes, Animal House. He goes, oh, yeah. It's funny to me. So.
Okay. So you got Tech football. We're 26 days away now.
Yes.
It's getting pretty big in the window right now for football season.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about?
I am. I saw a graphic yesterday of the best position groups in the Power Four. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, the best defensive line position group in America in Power 4 was your Red Raiders. And I have. I
mean, we all want to believe that, right? And we all want to believe that.
Here's and I'm not going to betray. I get the opportunity to go and watch and officiate at practice, and I'm not going to betray that. But by God. My Lord.
So, okay, I don't want you to betray the trust that has been bestowed upon you. But can you give us a description of what you have seen from the defensive line?
I'm going to say it again with 2 words. My Lord.
In a short and brief situation, can you see what you have just seen from the wide receiver court?
No.
Okay.
And in full fairness, I stay around the offensive and defensive line at practice a lot because that's what you look at during games. So, my Lord,
I think he said that. I went and watched a little bit of practice on Friday morning. Okay, and there's a reason why the quarterbacks and the receivers are kind of the smartest people in the room, because while everybody else went outside, those guys stayed inside.
Yeah, I mean, and
guess what? I stayed inside, and it was in the morning. It wasn't hot, but the sun was out. It was starting to get a little uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and I'll say this: a guy that impressed me in catching the ball was Reggie Virgil. And he's got a yellow shirt on right now, so he can't be hit. But Coach McGuire had said that he was a full go. And I really liked how Baron Morton was throwing the football. I mean, he was throwing it really, really well. And another guy that looks impressive is Terrence Carter.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this team.
Caleb Douglas looked good. Coy Aiken looked good.
Let's just say this. This team is from top to bottom and all position groups, with the exception of right now with kickers and punter, because you don't see a lot of that right now. But this team has just got guy after guy after guy of dudes, and it's like they took what they had last year, which was good players. Mm-hmm. And then they said, "Let's go pour some NIL into this," and they've developed depth, and you don't fear for. Now you don't want anyone to get hurt or injured, but if someone does, you feel like, hey, next man up, it's a pretty good option.
I mean, when they say next man up for this group, at least the defensive line, I mean,
it's a pretty good option.
It's a pretty good option, and because you've got guys that played a lot of downs last year that are going to be.
That's going to be second and third string.
I was going to say really
2 deep,
more
3 deep.
Yeah, third deep. Yeah,
and that's and there are guys like that. There you go. This guy could be a starter in a lot of Big 12 schools, and he's going to be coming off the bench for you.
Well, I think the other thing too that helps you with is it helps you from getting your guys gassed, so that on one end of. Hey, you can take a play or two off at some point in time, so you can get them a little extra rest, or you can have them take a half off after you've beaten the out of Kent State and going, okay, first team, second team, we don't need you anymore.
Here's the thing that I've said many times, and then from the SEC standpoint, everyone says, well, what makes those teams different? It's not the fact that LSU's got a great defensive line. Their starting defensive line, they're really, really good. They're 2 deep. Those guys, just as good as the first guys. Okay? But here's where they really get you. That third string guy, those guys should probably start for you. But they're coming off, and they're in the 3 deep over there. And in some cases, they're 4 deep. But, NIL has changed that, where the 3 deeps and the 4 deeps of these schools is not as good, because schools like Texas Tech can go in there and pluck guys. And not just Texas Tech, schools all over the country are doing what Texas Tech did. And guys in the 3 deep and in the 4 deep are saying, I don't have to stay here at Alabama. I don't have to stay here at Tennessee. I don't have to stay here at Florida. I don't have to stay here at Michigan. I can go and get an NIL deal, and I can go to I can go to Kentucky. Mm-hmm. I can go to Rutgers. I can go to NC State. I can go to Texas Tech, and I can get in the 2 deep, and I can play, and I can show just how good I am. And it's raising all those boats. And so I look at this. But the fact of the matter is, because of that evening out of the talent pool, now all of a sudden you've got schools like Texas Tech that are all of a sudden everyone looks at us and goes, well, you spent a bunch of money, Well, let's find out. I'm excited to see this, but the point I was getting at before was that the LSUs of the world and the Alabamas of the world were able to get you, they wear you down because they're 3 deep and they're 4 deep. Used to be able to just come after you in ways, because everyone's first 11 is good on either side of the ball. I mean, hey, I told somebody in church tomorrow. Don't be shocked.
You told them tomorrow, like you future casted?
Yeah, I'm future casting in church. Somebody yesterday in church. I sat there in church yesterday, and after the offering, I said.
After the offering.
You gotta give it up to the Lord. And after you do that, I said, don't be shocked if Tech doesn't score on the first drive this year.
The first drive.
The first drive against Arkansas Pine Bluff. If we go 3 or 4 and out, and we have to punt the ball. And they were like, what do you mean? I said, Arkansas Pine Bluff's pretty good. Yeah, they got pretty good players too. They get to practice too. Now, granted, they're not great, but those first 11 guys on defense or offense or whatever, they're going to be excited to play that first drive.
Okay, we're not looking for any kind of repeat of Abilene Christian.
No, we're not. That ain't going to happen.
Yeah,
that is not going to happen. But I mean, I'm just saying, just don't be shocked at all if you get the ball first and you go and you punt.
Okay.
Well, you could score on their first drive, though.
You could.
I mean,
didn't say you could.
Defensive line.
Yeah, that could happen.
Yeah, strip sack, fumble, scoop and score, all those kinds of things.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3. Presented today by someone not named Jamie. Is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, guys, completely going to be shifting gears on you right now. And I guess I should apologize for this dramatic gear shift. But I would like you to pull up the NFL standings for last season, because every year in the NFL we get a worst to first. Every year we get a team that had no business being in the playoffs the year before making the playoffs. So what I would like you to do is look at last year's final standings and pick a team that finished last in their division that you could see making the playoffs or winning their division this season.
Huh. You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
As I look at this, 2 teams come to mind. I hate to say this, Chuck. No, I won't say that.
No, go ahead.
Well, either the Patriots, just because of the coaching change.
They were 4-13 last year.
Yeah. They seem like they might be, that's not an overwhelmingly dominant division. I mean, I know the Bills are the best team in that division, but they seem to be, just kind of meh when it comes to. We're still waiting for Josh Allen to take that next step. Can't seem to get past
number 15.
Yeah, 15 is always there
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
In the regular season,
gets him in the regular season.
Yeah,
but He's got him once in the regular season. Yeah, I don't see the Browns doing it. Titans still kind of a mess. The Raiders, Pete rolled in there, and everyone's getting excited, and they start doing some stuff. They got.
Pete doesn't have a quarterback though.
No, he doesn't. He sure doesn't.
So you have an answer for us?
I said think the Patriots. Because I'm looking over here.
You've waffled.
The Gigantes, no. The Bears.
We're talking about worst to first in their division,
Yeah.
right?
Worst to making the playoffs.
Okay. I'm going to say the San Francisco 49ers. They were 6-11 last year. They were close. In their division, the Rams were 10-7. Seattle was 10-7. Arizona's 8-9. Nobody's making me shake in my boots.
Yeah.
Over that division. The other team that I would say has an opportunity to have a massive improvement, but their quarterback is shaky too, is New Orleans.
Nah, because they drafted Tyler Shuck.
I know who they drafted. He's not going to be their starter, I don't think.
Drafted Tyler Shuck.
Who are you laughing at?
The Saints, because you guys drafted Tyler Shuck. You could have called us. We could have told you all about it. Oregon said, this guy's so bad. We're just going to let him go to Texas Tech. We brought the dude in. We gave him all the NIL money. The guy made brown in his pants when he didn't get hurt. And he went to Louisville.
Jeff, do you have an answer for us, Jeff?
I'm letting Snead catch his breath first.
Do you say that to your wife when like dinner doesn't go well? Hey, you made brown in your pants. Because that's a constant phrase for you.
Well, because I can't say.
Yeah, he can't say the other thing. I appreciate him saying brown in the pants. I do.
No, I got you.
The Saints.
I kind of want the Saints to make the playoffs now.
Oh, God.
Because you've got this recorded. And he's got this recorded.
And here's the thing.
This could come back to haunt you.
I don't disagree with anything Snead just said.
I mean, hey, the guy had a decent freshman year at Oregon. No, it was a sophomore year. It was a redshirt freshman year. And then he came here and played injured. And, okay, whatever.
You okay there?
I'm going to be fine.
My
eyes did water because I laughed about that hard when I saw the Saints drafted him. I was like, they drafted this guy.
It's not just that they drafted Tyler Shuck.
It's where they drafted him.
And it's who they drafted him before.
Yeah.
Like, they had other options. He wasn't the last one on the board.
I know.
Yeah, they could have picked Sanders.
I'm going to go same division, and this is, I guess, kind of cheating because they finished third, but I'll go the Carolina Panthers. They had the same record as the Saints.
No, they sure did.
To flip that division up, to go from tied for worst to first. It might be a little cheating, but I can't follow up what Snead just did, so I got to go somewhere.
Well, I'm going to change my answer to the 49ers.
You like that answer, don't you?
I do like that answer, Chuck Heinz.
Yeah. This from the Yates Swing Center chat line. Well, we know who Snead's fantasy football quarterback was. You don't do fantasy football, do you?
I'm not allowed to.
Okay. That's right, yeah. I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. 738.
But if I was, you know who I'm not going to draft?
Tyler Shuck.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
Mm-hmm. Listen, there's 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 32 guys out there when you're drafting a quarterback that are going to be getting snaps on a daily basis. If Tyler Shuck is listed as the starting quarterback for the Saints in Week 1, he is not a terrible person to have on your roster.
Okay, here's the deal. If Tyler Shuck is,
I'm not saying he's your first round pick.
If he starts any game for the Saints this year, any game, flag the tape. Just like Gus says, go ahead. This is me telling you to clip this and run it right now. If flag the tape, if Tyler Shuck starts any game for the Saints this year, I will buy a Tyler Shuck jersey and I will do this entire show in it.
Whoa. Because, I mean, there are people that think that Tyler Shuck is going to be the starting quarterback.
Any game this year.
Which jersey are you going to buy? Oregon, Texas Tech, Louisville, or New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Okay.
New Orleans.
I think it would have to be a Saints jersey.
I will wear a Tyler Shuck jersey on this show.
Are we going authentic or off-brand?
I don't care.
Okay.
Authentic. I might even go a jersey.
No jerseys.
A real jersey.
You got to be a real jersey.
I'll buy it. I'll buy a real Tyler Shuck jersey.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Any game.
Because that's going to happen.
Any game.
Week 1, folks. 7:40.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Nice to have you with us today here on the Morning Drive. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app for that. We come to you, Chris and Jeff and I, from the First United Bank studio. Visual Edge IT hotline is open too at 806-771-0973. This potentially could light a match. Tyler Shuck living rent-free. Someone clearly has a crush on or is obsessed with Shuck. They just want a reason to have a jersey. Also, why is this dude yelling at the Morning Drive audience at 7:45 a.m.? No one asked for that.
Sorry.
Chris is like Cowherd. He will take every angle so he can say, I told you so, and be right all the time. Wow.
I didn't seem to take every angle on that. I pretty much told you that Tyler Shuck is a...
Snead, I'm begging you, make it the majority of their games. They will be bad, and he will start a late season garbage game. At minimum, you will lose this bet.
Yeah, probably.
He did that, so he has to buy a jersey because he wants one.
I don't want a Tyler Shuck jersey. If I tell you what, I'm a lifelong Cowboys fan, and if there was a team behind the Cowboys, it would be the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. Way deep down on my list of teams, this would be almost like me buying a Commander's jersey. And I don't want to. And so I don't. Here's the thing: if
you find yourself rooting for the Commanders because of Coach Kingsbury?
No. I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
They lose every game.
And here's the thing: I'm not a big. Now that I'm more of an NFL fan, mm-hmm. and I'm more likely to watch Red Zone, and on Sunday than I am
a
game full start to finish because
man.
Yeah, I'm not.
Give me a game.
Yeah. Well, you're one of the announcers, so. You're worried about Iron Eagle, which game he's calling.
I got my CBS announcer list, and
yeah, I know.
And I haven't gone through it.
You don't have Greg Gumbel to kick around anymore. So.
I don't. I never really.
It's okay.
I liked him on the NFL Today. I did not like him doing a game.
Yeah, well,
I liked him on the NCAA selection show. I did not like him.
Yeah,
calling a game.
Well, let me clear up some stuff. Tyler Shuck is not living rent free anywhere near my head. I thought he was. And I'll say this: I think he was a garbage pick when we signed him, and he proved that to me his first year, and he got healthy again, and he proved it to me his second year. And he went to Louisville, finally figured it out, and got healthy, and had a decent year, and got drafted. And you know what?
He's like 26 years old. So.
Yeah, he should be pretty good by now. So, I mean, he's like Chris Winkie. Remember him?
Yeah. We get this. The Morning Drive with Bob, Zeb, and Michael.
As long as I get to be Zeb.
I'm Bob.
You those are your names.
I know. I know.
It was Mike. Wasn't it Mike?
It was Mike, yeah.
Yeah,
it was Mike.
Not Michael. Michael would be too classy.
Yeah, right. Just so you know, Iron Eagle is on the number 2 broadcast crew this year for CBS. So
you're going to be
with J.J. Watt and Evan Washburn. Yeah. I still think, to me...
Who's the number 1 guy over there on CBS?
It's Jim Nance. Hello, friends.
God. Hello,
Tony
friends.
Romo. Tracy Wolfson. Come on, go down to Tracy on the sidelines.
I remember when Tracy Wolfson was doing the CBS college football games. Mm-hmm. And we ain't mad at her either.
She's like 4 feet 8 tall.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not very big. Yeah.
Lisa Salters on ESPN,
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
I still like Pam Oliver's one of my favorites.
I never did a game with Pam Oliver. One of my favorite stories to tell. We had a back judge, Trey Boger, who was the son of Jerome Boger. I was on a crew with him for 3 years, and he would come out of his room smelling like he's about to go to the bar. And I was like, we get down to the lobby, and he's like, what's with all the cologne, dude? And he looks at me and goes, sideline reporters. And I was like, okay.
Like they're going to notice the officials.
He was always talking to the sideline reporters. Every time.
Love that he's talking to the sideline reporters.
It's before the game.
Okay.
This is before the game.
Yeah.
When you're walking around, the sideline reporters in pregame walk around, and they've got security. Mm-hmm. They've got handlers. It's a thing.
Sure, I'm sure it is.
They walk around like a thing.
Mm-hmm. Like they know what they're doing, right? So to speak. 8:07 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Thoughts, comments. We had a question for you before you made your big, bold statement about Tyler Shuck. Somebody wanted to know about rules for this year. Chris, of all the new rule changes, what do you see being the most important, and are there any rule changes that you would tweak or initiate? You may have to carry this over a little bit, but you want to...
Yeah, every year they send out a survey to the officials about rule changes, and every year I send the same thing back to Ty Halpern, and every year it gets ignored, about taking away the blocking below the waist on the offensive line, other than the initial charge at the snap, which means you can't block below the waist anywhere after the snap.
Okay.
And it's just a safety rule, and I'm tired of watching guys' knees get snapped and guys go down with bad knee injuries, and because some small guy wants to take out a big guy, and that's basically what happens. And it's just a safety rule, and those blocks are getting more vicious.
Why do you think it's ignored?
Because there are schools that need it to compete, and if you think hard about it, you can figure that out.
Okay.
and they continue to be on the rules committee, and they continue to lobby for it. And it's not the Division I. Remember, the rules committee is made up of Division II through, it's FCS through Division III coaches also. Mm-hmm. So it's the lower levels that keep it in because they need it.
Yeah.
So, but the one that's probably you're going to see the most this year is it's a clarification on one of the rules where the T signal you see these kids doing on punts and kickoffs. They're doing this, and
Chris has both his arms.
If you're watching on the TV, I'm doing like the Iron Cross kind of a deal.
If you're listening on the radio, too, you're doing the Iron Cross.
Well, that doesn't mean anything, but it came to mean that I'm not going to return this ball, but it didn't mean anything. Now, if you do this, we're calling this an invalid signal, but it now means you won't be able to run.
Okay.
Because if you did this last year, you could do this and then go pick the ball up and run because it doesn't mean anything. Now this actually means you won't be able to run, but it also means you don't have any protection. So if they smoke you while you do that, you're out of luck.
You did it to yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry about you.
Yeah. A valid fair catch signal says.
He got it right.
Sorry about you. That's exactly right. He did get it right.
He got it right. Jamie, are you listening? He got it right.
No, he's not.
Sleep again.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.